So as a dog, I was a little bit disconcerted. And I begin this edition. It could be a podcast, it could be a chapter in a novelette, it could be 24, 25, 26, no one knows. I'm disconcerted. I was watching the Masters. Tiger Woods is drifting up to the plus threes, in danger of missing the cut. I was flipping around because I couldn't watch. Every time Tiger had an important putt, I was like, I don't even want, as a dog, you're loyal. You have a deep, deep loyalty. And I'm so loyal to Tiger Woods because I've throughout my whole life, my brief life of 13, 14 years, where I was, I'm approaching my 15th year, but that's dog year. So I remember back in my dog year remembrances past before Tiger was born. But then when Tiger came, I remember distinctly because I was there physically listening. And then, I became the man's pet very early on, and I lived the life of a wealthy middle-class urbanite. So I knew who Tiger Woods was. I loved Tiger Woods. I loved him. But every time I get so tense, and my veterinarian would never prescribe me any Boost Bar. If he could just give me some Boost Bar, I could watch Tiger Woods putt, these 8-foot long putts for a par. It wouldn't be so hard on me. But as a dog, it's hard. Dogs have a lot of anxiety. That's why they die so young. Dogs have a lot of anxiety. But so I'm flipping around. I'm just flipping around, and I left ESPN and Channel 2. And I'm flipping around, and I go to like some kind of Fox Sports 1 channel. I don't even know what's going on. And they're trying to make a thing. I don't know if it was because it was a Fox associated thing. If you're Fox, you have to be a little bit more conservative and a little bit more hateful. Everything to go with Fox has to be a little hateful. It can't be so good or so peaceable or so nice. It has to be a little edgy, a little hateful. You have to pick a side and you have to fight. That's how they make their money. They make you pick a side and they make you fight. That's their business. I don't care. To me, I just, I was flipping around and I stopped, and it was like Shannon Sharp and the other guy from Texas, the little weirdo kind of guy, looks a little too skinny for his own good. Like he's like a little short marathon runner. Like he could have been a movie star, or he's going to be a marathon runner. He's a little too skinny for his age. He's got to get a couple pounds in case he gets stung by a bee. If you get a poisonous sting of a spider, you might die when you're that skinny. But whatever. So they were battling back and forth, and they started talking about Blagvanovich, or Aaron Blagvanovich, or somebody with the name of Bovikicic. She was like a woman. And I don't know if she was a lesbian woman. It doesn't matter to the story. They never mentioned it. They never mentioned about her partner. If they're trying to sneak in the fact she's a lesbian, they say something about her partner. Not her husband. It's her partner. A little partner action. They didn't say nothing, and so I'm wondering if this woman, she's so dedicated to baseball. Maybe she was cloistered in the closet, or maybe she wanted to become a nun. Maybe she's like, I'm going to be cloistered away from the world. I'm so virtuous and genuine. I want to be safe from the world. This woman, she became a minor league in the Yankees system. So someday, if George Steinbrenner was alive, someday she would manage. Who knows? How? We don't know what's going to happen with Hal. Maybe Hal will put this woman up there. I'm thinking they wouldn't have already done what they did for this woman if they weren't going to get her up there in the big leagues someday. So you're going to have this woman, this woman manager, the first minor league. It was like Aaron, like the lawyer's name, Aaron Blagovich or something along these lines. I can't remember. Bolkovec, something like that. It was like Lithuanian or, Uruguayan. No, it wasn't Uruguayan. It was more like Estonian, like the Estonian people. This is the kind of name you see from Balkovec, like some kind of a Slavic history. But I was just watching, and they said she was beaten in the head with a baseball, like a foul ball beamed her, bashed her in her head, and she got a little loopy, and she had to sit out for 5 to 7 days. And I thought to myself, this is pretty interesting. Is this woman going to be up there, managing New York Yankees? The New York, as a dog, even as a humble, stupid dog, I understand, it's the New York Yankees. And, if this woman's already in the system, the farm system, they're growling her up. She's a little bit, like she's got too much orange toner. She almost looks like the Donald Trump of possibly I'm not even going to go lesbian. Why would he go lesbian? Possibly she could become a nun. This woman might become like a rosary bead counting, a cloistered nun type of person if she wasn't managing a minor league baseball team in the New York Yankees farm system. And I'm just thinking, if George Steinbrenner was alive, if Billy Martin was alive, if Yogi Berra was alive, if Joe DiMaggio, they would all be rolling in their graves. But they're like, thank goodness, it's like itchy. On this side of the grave, I'm like getting itchy. I'm getting bed sores. I got to roll over in my grave. And they would have been happy because they could have rolled over in their graves. But we all wish this woman the best. She missed the first couple games. It's like a woman, right? You got to get beamed in the head with a foul ball. It's like a woman. You can't, as a dog, I recognize this. Even though I'm neutered, I don't have a lot of testosterone, I still stay with the men. I think she's like a woman. I hope this woman doesn't. I hope they're not letting her drive. I hope they don't get, when they have to do the relief pitcher, I hope she doesn't have to go out there and get in the golf cart and drive with the relief pitcher into the mound. Because that wouldn't be good. Because this woman, right off the bat, the first thing she does as a manager of a professional baseball team, she gets beamed right in the noodle, right between her eyes. She gets beamed. So, geesh, come on. That's the only place you can go is up from there. We're all rooting for you. We're hoping. I'm a fan of the New York Yankees. As a dog, you wouldn't think I'd love the Yankees. Maybe you would think I'd love somebody else, like the Georgia Bulldog football team, maybe. But the Yankees, it's like you got a bat, you got a old kind of a top hat like Abraham Lincoln one, but it's like the son of not the son of Sam, but the Uncle Sam with the Uncle Sam stripes and the thing like Uncle Sam wants you. Uncle Sam from, it had an Uncle Sam hat on top of a baseball bat and it's Yankees written across, and pretty soon, hey, cross your fingers. I hope I live long enough to see it in dog years. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but she'll be managing the New York Yankees one day, and that'll be so good. She started, they all say, when she's doing her Hall of Fame acceptance speech, she'll be saying, I got started out getting beamed in the head, right square between my eyes. It almost knocked me unconscious. And the doctor made me take the first 5 or 6 days off, and I missed the first couple ball games, Opening day for me happened to be opening day at our own park, so it was good. I missed the first 2 road games. It was kind of embarrassing, but here I am now. I'm a Hall of Famer. And I think that's what we're predicting for this woman, this Balkovec, or whatever her name is.